Defence Services. Since our earliest days, the Salvation Army has acknowledged the need to support those serving in armed forces. There is a long tradition of the Salvation Army coming alongside the military in times of peace and conflict. We thank the Queensland RSL and Major General Stephen Day, who may join us shortly and may lead us in the Ode of Remembrance shortly. Brett Gallagher is our guest speaker, and he'll inform you of the work of the Red Shield Defence Services. I also wish to acknowledge the presence of some of the staff of the Salvation Army's Veterans Support Team, the Program Manager Jonathan Dyer. That team supports veterans in Queensland who are homeless or at the risk of homelessness. They've been operating since 2017 in partnership and funded by the RSL Queensland. Jonathan will assist us in the Anzac ceremony today. We want to welcome the music group, the Birrelly Singers, led by Jenny Moon and Paul Holly. Wonderful to have you here. And we'll sing our first song. I'd like you to stand and we'll sing Abide With Me. Thank you. This hymn is by Henry Light. It's a prayer to God for God to stay with the speaker through the life and in death. We'll sing 3 verses straight through. Thank you, Bandmaster. Please stand.
Remember those who in time of war faithfully served their country. We pray today for their families and for ourselves whose freedom was won at such a cost. Make us a people zealous for peace, and hasten that day when nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither learn war anymore. This we pray in the name of the one who gave his life for the sake of the world, Jesus Christ, our Redeemer. Amen. I invite you to take your seats. And now I'd like to invite the Birraleigh singers to come to the stage. They're going to bring us two songs to commence our Anzac ceremony. The first is A Perfect World, and this was written by Brisbane composer Karen Elliott. The piece speaks about the perfect world where there is no war, no need for soldiers marching, no hearts broken, and where the songs we sing are all of love and joy. But until that day, we will march along with pride and salute the brave who brought us peace on earth. The second song is called Peace Song, using the words for peace in several languages. This song brings the wish for people to share peace with each other. Birraleigh singers are delighted to be joined by Tennyson Hall in this performance today.
Perfect world, guns will be sound. Thank you to the Voices of Burralee. It's beautiful to see such young and wonderful talent. Thank you for taking the time to contribute to the service this afternoon. Well, good afternoon. My name is Rebecca Lithgow, and I'm a member of Brisbane City Temple Corps in the Salvation Army. And I want to welcome you on behalf of Brisbane City Temple Corps into this place this afternoon. My father, Perry Lithgow, is a member of the Salvation Army's Red Shield Defence Service, a role more affectionately known as the Sally Man, and he is based in Townsville, serving with the 3 RAR at Laverack Barracks. This role of the Sally Man, or Sally Ma'am, was first introduced in the Salvation Army during the Boer War in 1899 to offer support to our servicemen and women. This collaboration we have been honoured to partake in and has continued through Australia's military history to this day. Before continuing into the next segment of this concert, our Anzac Remembrance, I want to share a brief summary of Anzac Day's origin and history. Anzac is an abbreviation of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, established in late 1914. The soldiers in this corps quickly became known as Anzacs, and their enduring pride in this title remains strong. The 25th of April is a day of remembrance we honour each year and was officially titled Anzac Day in 1916. During the 1920s, Anzac Day first became established as a national day of commemoration for the more than 60,000 Australians who had died during the war. In 1927, for the first time, every state observed some form of public holiday on Anzac Day. The man credited as the architect of Anzac Day, laying out the order of service that is still observed today, was an Anglican priest from Brisbane. Canon David Garland created the framework for a commemoration to honour the fallen, which incorporated many aspects we recognise: the march, the wreath laying, and 1 minute silence to allow attendees to say a silent prayer in line with their own beliefs. I now invite Chief Commissioner Brett Gallagher to the stage to preside over our service today.
Before I ask you to stand to, while we do this bit of the service, Major General Stephen Day has sent his apologies, and so I'm very happy to fill in and explain why it's important for us to remember. I can remember a few years, well, maybe more than a few years, probably even just before you guys were born, there was concern that Anzac Day would die out because people had started to just take it for granted. And there was a concerted push to say, you know, we need to remember because remembering is important, isn't it? We place names on a cenotaph just along the road here because it's important to remember those people that paid the ultimate cost. They sacrificed their lives so that we could have the freedom that we now enjoy. It's important to remember because in doing that, we learn the lessons from the past. It's important that we remember because in remembering, it encourages us to go out and do things that are self-sacrificial in this world. So I'm going to ask you to stand now, please. And I will, Jonathan's going to come and bring a remembrance poem. Then I will pronounce the ode. I'll come to the point and I'll say, we will remember them, and then you respond with that. There'll be a short pause, lest we forget. Then you respond with that. The last post, a minute's silence, and then the rouse will play while we're all still remain standing. Thank you.
This poem is a poignant tribute to the Australian servicemen. It hangs in the former offices of the Queensland State Headquarters of the RSL, located in a room under the Shrine of Remembrance. The author is unknown. At the going down of the sun. I crouched in a shallow trench on that hell of exposed beaches, steeply rising foothills bare of cover, a landscape pockmarked with war's inevitable litter, piles of stores, equipment, ammunition, and the weird contortions of death sculptured in Australian flesh. I saw the going down of the sun on that first Anzac Day, the chaotic maelstrom of Australia's blooding. I fought in the frozen mud of the Somme, in a blazing destroyer exploding on the North Sea. I fought on the perimeter of Tobruk, crashed in the flaming wreckage of a fighter in New Guinea, lived with the damned in the place cursed with the name Changi. I was your mate, the kid across the street, the med student at graduation, the mechanic in the corner garage, the baker who bought you bread, the gardener who cut your lawn, the clerk who sent your phone bill. I was an army private, a naval commander, an Air Force bombardier. No man knows me. No name marks my tomb, for I am every Australian serviceman. I am the unknown soldier. I died for a cause I held just in the service of my land, and that you and yours may say in freedom, I am proud to be Australian.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget.
invite you to remain standing as we sing the Australian National Anthem. Thank you, Bandmaster. Remain standing as the Califolk Party dismounts. Now please welcome the Voices of Burralee as they do another piece for us this afternoon.
love that will not let me go. I'd like to invite Major Brett Gallagher to the stage. Brett, we're delighted to have Brett Gallagher as our guest speaker today. He was appointed to Chief Commissioner in 2017 of the Red Shield Defence Services. Brett started life as an engineer working on the Collins-class submarine project and as a system engineer with the combat system simulator at HMS Watson. Brett felt calling on his life and applied and was accepted into the Salvation Army School for Officer Training and was commissioned as a Salvation Army officer over 25 years ago. Brett is married to Alison and have served jointly as Salvation Army Corps officers in Long Jetty Corps, Berkeley and later Port Macquarie. Brett has also been the academic program officer and a New Testament lecturer at the Salvation Army School for Officer Training. Brett holds a Bachelor of Engineering, a Bachelor of Divinity and a Master of Theology. He's a graduate of the Arrow Leadership and the Salvation Army's International College for Officers. He works closely with the Army HQ and Forces Command HQs across the country. Would you welcome Major Brett Gallagher?
Might I say, band, that was just phenomenal. It was just really moving. Sitting there watching the footage of Sally Man gone by, I just want to thank you for that. We want to thank them, don't we? This year marks 125 years of the Salvation Army serving alongside Australians serving men and women. And we consider it a great, great privilege. We have served with them since the Boer War in many different capacities. You would have, and currently the form that we're in, the Red Shield Defence Services, is the only one left in the world. Back in World War II, the American Salvation Army, the Canadian Salvation Army, the New Zealand Salvation Army, the British Salvation Army all had similar roles, and as of today, it's only us that's left. We consider it a privilege, and next Thursday on Anzac Day, in a number of locations and here in Brisbane, with the Salvation Army bands that are marching, will go a banner that displays all the theatres that the Salvation Army has served in, from the Boer republics all the way right through to the most recently in the Middle East region. Later this year, we're going to commemorate our 125 years with launching a book. It's as yet unnamed, so you'll have to watch this space, but if you're interested, it will be out there, just talking about the Boer War and our service there, and World War I and our service there. If you're interested, there are already 2 books that are currently available. Cup of Tea Digger, which is the book that talks about our World War II service, and then The Man the Anzac Reveres, which talks about, his name's just, I've just forgotten his name. Yeah, William Mackenzie, that's right, thank you, who was a chaplain to the AIF at Gallipoli, who it talks about how one night he went and buried hundreds and hundreds of our slain soldiers during the night when no one else was around and the hostilities had ceased. It's a great read. You can find both those books at any good bookstore. Currently, we serve in locations in Darwin, Townsville, here in Brisbane, in Singleton, Sydney, Canberra and Adelaide. You would have seen on that video previously a picture of a kangaroo that said "hop in." It's become known what we're known for. We run recreation rooms where soldiers, when they just want to have a break, can come away and get in there. And when they see the hop-in sign, they know that that's the place that they can go where they'll get a break. If their sergeant has been shouting at them a bit, then they know that they're not going to be shouted at in there. They'll get a cuppa and someone that's a friendly ear that will listen to what's going on for them. Funnily enough, when they've gone, the sergeant often comes in to debrief about the problems that he's been having with a certain particular private. We also have those vehicles there that we run around exercises and serve coffee, tea, but mostly it's so that we can be there to listen and to share with soldiers. We're affectionately known as the Sally Man if you're male, or Sally Ma'am if you're female, and we support defence members and their families in the field, on base, and whilst deployed. And for us, it's really about being present anywhere that an Australian serving person is, so that they know that there's someone there that cares for them. Totally understand why the military needs to be the way it is, but they also need to know that there's someone looking out for them and caring for them. And so we build those relationships so that they know that if they're having trouble, that they can find us. We partner with ADF or Defence Force chaplains in order to be able to do that. More recently, we've grown our work into working alongside those that have served. Jonathan, that read the poem before, leads a team of salvos that are in our homelessness team that RSL Queensland have given the Salvation Army money so that we can help solve the problem that is veterans' homelessness. And I think you were saying at the moment we've got 80 or so veterans that are currently making use of that service across Queensland. So it's not a small issue. The Royal Commission into Defence and Veterans Suicide has heard harrowing stories, and they will be delivering their report in September. So we're currently waiting and putting in place some plans so that we can be ready to step up and continue to work there. We want to continue to develop strategic partnerships like the one that we have with homelessness and RSL Queensland. That photo there, it's not very big, so you probably have to squint to make it out, but if you squint hard enough, you'll see Jonathan there, plus some of my team members. A young veteran, he was a gunner, so an artilleryman, found himself homeless. And he came to the Salvation Army's Veterans Support Team, and we were able, after some time, to find him some accommodation. But that's okay, but when you move into accommodation, what do you need? You need furnishings. You need to be able to get your stuff from there, from where you are to that new house. And so by partnering with homelessness and our salvo stores, which many of you probably have visited, and my team members on the ground at Enoggera, we were able to move this veteran into a house, and it just changed his world, because suddenly he had a place to call his own. And I think that's what we're about. We talk about, on Anzac Day, mateship. We talk about standing alongside those that have served. And unfortunately, there are still many, many people that suffer because of that service. Some of them we can pick out straight away because they're physical injuries. But many of them have psychological and mental health issues because of the things that our country has asked them to do. So we stand alongside them. We support them. We say that there's someone there that wants to care. And that when they see the shield of the Salvation Army, which is on the last slide, that they know that that's a safe place that they can come to find help, to find someone that would listen, to find someone that will bring the love of Jesus into the situations that they find themselves. As we progress and as this ministry to veterans grows, there may be opportunities for you to support that. And so if you see it, and if on your heart something is laid about this, then please, when that opportunity presents itself, if you're able to, please support it. Thank you for your time today.
I invite the Brisbane City Songsters to form. They're going to perform 2 numbers for us, led by Matthew Brown. And thank you, Major Brett Gallagher, for your time. There'll be opportunity for you, with the Red Shield appeals coming, to donate to the Salvation Army. In May is the Red Shield appeal, and there's certainly there'll be opportunity for you to do that and support this work of the Salvation Army. But the 2 numbers are from the Brisbane City Temple of Songsters. I must have the Saviour with me, and how great thou art.
Substitutions here. danger when you have a choir and a band and they both, people playing both. By all means, if you know the words to the chorus of this song at the end, please feel free to join us.
Thank you very much. We have one more item to go with the songs that like to move back, and the voice and the Birrelly singers come and join us. And we'd like you to join with us in Waltzing Matilda. I'm hoping you know the words. If not, you've got your phones there. So, and Paul, we have the great delight of Paul Holly, leader of the Voices of Birrelly, going to conduct us. And so we want to thank you very much for your attention tonight. Would you greet the Birrelly singers? Thank you.
Once a jolly swagman stabbed by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sat as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You come a waltzing Matilda with me, waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You come a waltzing
Thank you very much, everybody. That completes our concert tonight. The band is going to play a march shortly, but I just want to say thank you for your attendance today. Thank you for honouring our concert tonight, and we'd just like to thank our performers. Would you thank the Birrelly singers, Paul Holly and Jenny Moon? We also thank the Brisbane City Songsters, led by Matthew Brown, and I'd like to thank the Brisbane City Temple Band, led by Michael Cooper. We'd like to thank the Anglican Grammar Navy Cadets, led by Petty Officer Kirby Octa, and Max as well, his supervisor. And we thank you for Major Brett Gallagher and for Jonathan Dwyer. We had a message just a moment before we start that Major General Stephen Day had hurt himself in the Army run this morning, so he couldn't make it today. So thank you for Brett for stepping in for that. So thank you. The band's going to play a march called Emblem of the Army, which is a march made by Arthur Gullidge, a famous in the Salvation Army world, that took both the military army and the Salvation Army tunes together. But just some announcements. If you have no other place to church worship, we're open here on Sunday at 10 o'clock. If you're looking to do something well with your time, we'd love you to volunteer here at the Salvation Army. We run a free lunch on Wednesdays, and certainly if you're looking for the Salvation Army to help them further, our Red Shield Appeal is about to open, and certainly you can donate your money and join, actually make a team and bring people with you to help raise the money, the vital funds for things like the Veterans Support Services. So thank you very much, and have a good afternoon. Thank you very much. You're free to go. Although, Anzac Day, 25th, you can see the Salvation Army Band on the march in George Street.
Now look up there. Ready? Look up. 1, 2, 6. Smile. 1, 2. Big cheese. Straight ahead. One more. One more. Straight ahead. Ready? Right. Hopefully one of those.
So now you're going to go back to your seat, and then hopefully your parents are going to come and get you, rather than release you out onto the street.
Yeah, we're not releasing you out.
Pick up all of your gear. Yeah, we're in with it. We're in with it. So grab all of your things and then wait. Just wait for your parents to arrive and they will take you away. Alright? How many have you got? 2?